Hello, my name is Edwin Norton. I'm a senior network analyst for a large food distributor in the United States. Initially, we were interested in Infoblox as a IP address management solution. For our company, we were finding that the spreadsheets were starting to become very cumbersome. And so we were looking at that solution, but while we were doing that, we also found that we had an ongoing problem with DNS. The DNS bind servers we were using and the Windows solutions weren't interacting very well, and we're having a hard time trying to keep them under control. So we found Infoblox and found that the platform was not only a bind-centric DNS system, but it was also an XA solution, which wasn't really available with our company. And so we went and pursued it. It was a GUI interface that made it very simple to use, and it was much more intuitive than trying to go and do a lot of CLI, which the bind environment was alike. And it also allowed some delegation to be able to allow other users to actually go and manage DNS for themselves. The biggest problem with the reason we went with Infoblox and our team was not really in charge of DNS at the time. However, because it caused major network outages, as it was perceived, we were often involved with trying to resolve those issues. So we took it upon ourselves to find a solid solution for DNS. And we went out and did our own homework and found out that would be, like I said, first of all, it was an IP management system. And since the DNS problems were happening, we decided that we would put our foot forward and say we have a solution that we think that would work well for everyone and for our company. Some of the features that we really enjoy today are the fact that you can delegate the responsibility. It's simple enough that we have our operations department that don't deal with DNS every day can manage those type of transactions and be able to handle that type of load for us to be able to do that. It's also beneficial for us in that we've been able to assume some of the responsibility for DHCP as well without having to be Active Directory administrators, and to be able to take that role and to be able to own that with it, as part of our IP management initiatives. The defining factor was that it had a bind core. The others that one of the founders of the company was Cricket Liu, who was a very well-known and reputable DNS guru. The other thing as well is it had provided an XA solution. It failed over. We ran it through its paces, and it was failover was seamless. And you turn on, turn off boxes, and it worked very well. Didn't cause any interruptions. It also was able to give us a history of who made changes and what changes were made. So we also had a history of that as well, which was many times not available. Plus that it was a GUI interface. So it rivaled the Windows interface to be able to say, it's GUI based and it's easy to understand and walk through.